here in the great city of Bessemer, June 16th, Tuesday, July the 6th, 2021. The meeting has been called to order. Pastor Owens, are you
Recording.
there? Pastor Owens, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hold on 1 second. Wait on IT.
We'll have our invocation brought to us this morning by Pastor Joseph Owens III.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
Pastor Owens is waiting on IT.
Are we connected?
Looks like he's muted.
Hey, you all. How's everyone doing?
We're good
Hear me
this
now?
morning, Pastor.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. All right, let us pray. Father God, we come right now thanking you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Thank you, oh God, for bringing us to the second half of the year 2021. When we look back over the first 6 months, we have come to the conclusion that you have been better to us than we've been to ourselves. You've been joy in January. You were a friend in February. Money for our bills in March. It was an automobile everywhere we needed to go in April. You were marvelous in May. You were just in June. We believe that here in July, you're going to be Jehovah Jireh. Going to supply us with not just what we need, but God, you're going to go over and above and give us the things that we want. So we come right now asking for the supplying of power, the supplying of protection, the supplying of provision. We're praying that you will cover this team for this city. God, give us every resource. God, we don't lack anything. I pray that you would do above and exceedingly what we desire, what we can ask, think, dream, or imagine. We count it done and we believe it to be so. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Owens. If you would like to stay, you're more than welcome. But we understand that you have a prior obligation. Item number 3, Ms. Taylor.
Council roll call. Councilor Alexander,
Present.
Councilor Collier, Councilor Collier, Councilor Crusoe, Councilor Crusoe, Councilor Marshall,
Present.
Councilor Thickpen,
Present.
Councilor Matthews,
Present.
Councilor Donald.
Present.
5 absent, 5 present, 2 absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 5, please. 4, please.
Committee reports.
Councilors, are there any committee reports to report today? I can say we did attempt to have a committee of the Environmental Services Committee for the City Hall for the city of Bessemer. But for some reason, I could not sign on, so we did cancel that meeting and we will reschedule this week. Are there any more committee meetings? If not, item number 5, please.
Presentations, awards, announcements, and recognitions.
Thank you. Counselors, are there any presentations, awards, and or announcements or recognitions? Mayor Gully, are you on the line?
Madam President, good morning. It's up to you, the entire council, and all who are listening. No, I do not have any at this time.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mayor Gully. Yes, sir, Councilor Matthews.
Oh,
I'd like
Madam
to.
President,
Yes.
I'll yield to Councilor Matthews, but I did have one item. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Councilor Matthews.
Yes, Madam Chair. It's on a sad note. We'd like to announce the passing of Mr. Glenn Thomas, my next door neighbor. He's a long-time employee of Bessemer Water, and he has a brother, Don Thomas, that still is employed currently at Bessemer Water. We ask that you pray for that family. This happened on yesterday, about right at 2:00. He and I was cutting grass at the same time and waved at each other, and a few minutes later, we found him. But anyway, pray for that family, please. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Matthews. We will do it. One moment, Councilor Alexander. Mayor Gully.
Yes, Madam President. I had Miss Alfreda Akoff on the line, and she wanted to make some comments concerning the historical commission, and I told her that I would yield and stuff my time and stuff to her. Miss Akoff, are you on the phone?
Mayor, Miss Alfita had a death in her family, so I will be handling that portion for her today. So she'll be with her family.
Okay. Well, I'll yield my time. It's up to you, and you will be brief, correct?
Yes, sir. I will be very brief.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss George. How are you?
I'm doing. Thank you for asking. Really, we just want to kind of get on here to let the council know you all passed the task orders for us to do the work to reestablish the Historic Preservation Commission. And we just wanted to kind of be here to answer any questions that you all may have concerning concerning this project and where we are. The mayor will be submitting some nominations to you all to place on this commission. Once the commission, once these nominations are passed, then what Strata will do is work with them to have them trained by the Alabama Historic Commission, and we will prepare an annual work plan. And the importance of this is just simply to be able to tap into different funds that are available, and to be able to designate other, as you all know, downtown is already a designated historic district. And there's an opportunity once we become a certified local government to designate other areas and preserve other areas within the city. And so where we are right now, we're waiting for those nominations to be brought forth and passed so that we can move on to the next phase of this project. And that's all we wanted to, let you all know what we were doing, what we're working on, and where we are. And we are preparing, establishing a historic design guideline for the city. So we are working on that right now while we're waiting for this process to take place.
Thank you,
Madam,
Ms. George. Council,
Madam
are
Chair,
there any questions and or concerns? Yes, sir, Councilor Marshall.
yes, I do have a question, Ms. George.
Yes, sir.
So how do we become a certified local government?
Well, the first process is to actually have this commission reestablished. So we have to bring this before the council for you all to to approve these nominations that the mayor will be submitting to you all. And then Strata has been contracted to complete the application. And that is where when we came on last month during the planning session and discussing the issue of the master plan or the comprehensive plan, and having a more up-to-date plan, that's where that came into play, because you have to have that in place in order to, that's one of the major qualifications to be able to apply for it. And when you apply for the certified government designation, that is where you are allowed to go after the different federal funds that are available through the National Park Service, and also, through the state as well. Any funding that is available there. That CLG designation is what gives you the power to go after it.
All right, so who gives that designation? Who stamps and say that you are a certified local government?
That's going to go through the National Park Service and the Alabama Historic Commission. That's who we're submitting submitting the application through.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am, Councilor Alexander.
Thank you, Council Marshall. I was going to ask that question as well, but I did have an announcement to make. July the 11th will be the I Love My City Christmas in July. This coming Sunday, we're asking everybody to come out with their family, bring your lawn chairs, and just have a good time fellowshipping in the community. This will take place at Dunbar Abrams Community Center, and it will start from 2 to 7 p.m. and everything is free. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Alexander.
Madam Chair,
First, yes, sir.
has Mayor Gully finished his presentation?
He said he would yield his time to Miss George, and when Miss George finished,
Okay.
Unless you all have questions, I'm we just wanted to bring that to the council's attention as to what we were doing, and give you all an update and do a little education on this process. I
thank you.
completed my time.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you,
Okay.
Miss George.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have
Madam
anything
Chair.
else to say? Yes, sir.
I would like to request that we move items 6, 7, and 8 to our planning session, and that we add an item for citizens' participation on the agenda. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Council Marshall, 6, 7, and 8 will not be moved to a planning session. We can add for citizen participation. What 6, 7, and 8 is, I placed on, and no, it cannot be in a planning session. It could, but I request that it not be in a planning session. Thank you so much this morning.
Why can't they be in a planning session? They are planning session.
Already have enough on the planning session for next week. And what I'm going to do, the fact of the matter is what I'm going to do here this morning, Councilor Marshall, it won't take very much time. And if it did, as you said, time is not a matter. So I would
that's why
7 and 8 to stay on the agenda.
That's why we have planning sessions,
Thank you so much,
to,
Councilor Marshall.
well,
Item number
you,
6,
you
Taylor.
still don't understand the difference.
Item number 6, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, Madam Chair, may I announce the arrival of Councilor Crusoe? I think I see her on the line.
Yes, ma'am, you can announce the arrival of Councilor Crusoe.
Councilor Crusoe? Let me make sure it's her.
Present,
Okay.
probably, it's 10:10, I think it was.
10:10. Oh, Councilor Crusoe arrived at the city council meeting at 10:10 a.m.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Item number 6, please.
American Rescue Plan funds.
Thank you, councilors. I placed that item on. I did place some literature in your packet from that plan. The city of Bessemer did receive roughly around $14 million. They will receive half and half at another time. Ms. Taylor, my reasoning, counselors, for placing this on the agenda, we've had so many citizens call to ask, what are we going to do with this money? How are we going to spend this money? Ms. Taylor, start with item number 6, please, and read it.
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a note of it that no money has been received into the city's general fund at this particular time. We're still awaiting any funding,
Yes, sir.
but no money has been received at this time.
Yes, sir. I need our constituents to know that we have not received anything at this time. Ms. Taylor, item number, page number 6, please. I need you to start at the bottom and read that into the minutes, please.
You said item 6?
No, ma'am. Page number 6. I need this item to be read into the record. At the bottom of page number 6, where it says Terry Sewell, at the bottom of page number 6, please.
Okay, now I got page 6.
It says the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds provide. You see that?
Okay, yes, ma'am, I do. Okay.
Okay, start right there and read it into the records, please.
Yes, ma'am. The coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds provide a substantial infusion of resources to help turn the tide on the pandemic, address its economic fallout, and lay the foundation for strong and equitable recovery. Do you want me to keep going?
Now, yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. Funding objectives. Treasury is launching this much needed relief to support urgent COVID-19 response efforts to continue to decrease spread of the virus and bring the pandemic under control. Replace lost revenue for eligible state, local, territorial, and tribal governments to strengthen support for vital public services and help retain jobs. Support immediate economic stabilization for households and businesses. Address systemic public health and economic challenges that have contributed to the unequal impact of the pandemic. The coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery fund provides substantial flexibility for each government to meet local needs, including support for households, small businesses, impacted industries, essential workers, and the community hardest hit by the crisis. This fund can also be used to make necessary investment in water, sewer, and broadband infrastructure. Concurrent with this program launch, Treasury has published an interim final rule that implements the provisions of this program. Non-entitlement units. The coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund will provide $19.53 billion to support non-entitlement units of local government which are local governments typically serving a population under 50,000. Treasury expects to make payment to states and territories, which will distribute amounts to eligible NEUs in their jurisdiction in accordance with the guidelines established by Treasury. Tranching of the funds. Local governments will provide funds in 2 tranches with 50% provided beginning in May 2021 and the balance delivered approximately 12 months later. States that have experienced a net increase in the unemployment rate of more than 2% points from February 2020 to the latest available data as of the date of certification will receive their full allocation of funds in a single payment. Other states will receive funds in 2 equal tranches. Government or U.S. territory will receive a single payment. Tribal government will receive 2 payments, with the first payment available in May and the second payment based on employment data to be delivered in June 2021. More detailed information about the funding amount can be found in the allocation tables above. Additional information on split payment to state governments. Use of funds. The Coronavirus State and Local Physical Recovery Fund provide eligible state, local, territory, and tribal governments with a substantial infusion of resources to meet pandemic responses needed and rebuild a stronger and more equitable economy as the country recovers. Recipient may use these funds to support public health expenditures by, for example, funding COVID-19 mitigation efforts, medical expenses, behavioral health care, and certain public health and safety staff. Address negative economic impact caused by the public health emergency, including economic harms to workers, households, small businesses, impacted industries, and the public sector. Replace lost public sector refund, using this funding to provide government service to the extent of the reduction in revenue experienced due to the pandemic. Provide median pay for essential workers, offering additional support to those who have and will bear the greatest health risk because of their service in critical infrastructure sectors. Invest in water, sewer, and broadband infrastructure. Making necessary investments to improve access to clean drinking water, support vital wastewater and stormwater infrastructure, and to expand access to broadband internet. Within these overall categories, recipients have broad flexibility to decide how best to use this funding to meet the needs of their communities.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Taylor, for reading that into the record. I pray that our constituents who have been calling and asking questions about what are we going to do, how are we going to disperse these funds, or however, this should let you know that you will be a part of dispersing these funds. The city of Bessemer has not, as of yet, and Mayor Gully, if I'm wrong, please correct me. We have not, as of yet, sat down and did a strategic planning as to how we're going to and in what direction we're going to spend these funds or take these funds into. Is that correct, Mayor Gully?
Madam President, that is correct.
Yes, sir. So we will, trust me, that we will inform the community and our constituents as to when we receive the funds and what is going to be done with the funds, and you will be a part of what is done with the funds. Thank you so much. Item number 7, please.
Status of Facebook Live.
Mayor Gully, can you give us that status of that Facebook Live, please?
Madam President,
Yes.
as you are aware, we did meet with Ms. Helen Hayes. I'm going to allow Mr. Singleton to give an update on what we gathered, what we learned concerning Facebook Live. Mr. Singleton, are you on the line?
Yes, sir, Mayor, I'm on the line.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Singleton. How are you?
Good morning, Council President, council members,
Yeah.
Mayor. As the mayor said, we did meet with Ms. Hayes, and I don't know where to start, but as far as the
Just
Facebook Live,
give us a base. Just give us a base.
well, the majority of the conversation, of course, was about streaming, moving, or adding the streaming capabilities to what we are currently doing now to in-person council meetings. We did discuss briefly Facebook Live, and we learned, or during the discussion, we learned that the county does not turn off their comments, and they are using Facebook Live with a moderator. So they currently have a moderator that's actually reviewing the comments and going through them and doing various things. We didn't go in great detail on that. And at the end of that meeting, we did discuss the issue that we had, of course, with the discussion we had as far as us launching Facebook Live. And Ms. Hayes was going to see if she can assist me in addressing or to answering that question, and we have not heard back from her since. Therefore, as far as Facebook Live, I'm really still in the same position that I have not been able to answer the question that the mayor's asked me, which is a question that's on the table. I don't know if I can mention that. Or should I mention that? But we still haven't answered that question, and the question hasn't been as far as can we go Facebook Live. I guess the question was that was a second question that wasn't answered because we can go Facebook Live, we can go YouTube, but we're having problems with the comments, moderating or being able to control the comments, and that's where we are thus far.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
It's Council Crusoe. Can I ask a question, or I guess make a statement? I guess a question as well.
Yes, ma'am, Councilor Crusoe.
I mean, the only thing that I'm hearing that stands between the city council and the mayor of the city being in a position to adequately, efficiently, effectively meet the citizens of Bessemer with our city council meeting planning sessions, and are also affording them the ability to do their everyday challenges or tasks and still have access or the knowledge of what's going on in the city of Bessemer. The only thing that really stands between those two things is some of us being concerned about the comments going underneath a live streaming.
Councilor Crusoe, I have, and I was just getting ready to, just one moment, I was getting ready to tell Mr. Singleton, the mayor, and as well as the council, that I did speak with Ms. Helen Hayes concerning the comments. And we will have this on planning session because it's something that we do need to discuss. And yes, the county does not turn off their comments. They do have someone there. And I have suggested, or I will suggest to you all in meeting next week as to how we can do this without the citizens not being able to review our council meeting. We can have someone sitting right there who sits there all the time at any rate.
Madam Chair.
And yes, ma'am.
Can I finish my statement, please?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and finish your statement.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I mean, I just wanted to finish.
But go ahead and finish your statement. Go ahead.
And we're worried about comments being posted underneath a live streaming. I mean, what is it that's going? I mean, what is it that we are afraid of? What is it that we're afraid of? You know, people talk about us. I mean, the ones of us who they talk about it are going to talk about, they're going to talk, period. So, I mean, what difference does it make as to what the comments that they make on a live streaming when we have masses of others who are waiting to hear and also have an opportunity for input as well?
Yes, ma'am. Are you finished?
I'm done, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Councilor Crusoe, and I apologize for breaking in on you, but I was going to make mention of, I'll place this back on the agenda, and we'll discuss it on next week, and we'll discuss a solution as well, how we can do this thing, and everybody won't be satisfied, but we can do it, and the city of Bessemer will have done its due diligence. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Ms. Coleman, please place number 7 on the agenda for next week. Item number 8, please.
Item 8 is status on CDBG original paperwork.
Mayor Gully, do we have that paperwork at hand? Because I've not received it. I don't know whether something was wrong with my email or not, but I've not received any paperwork as of today.
Madam President, it would be
Yes,
available. It would be available. A packet of all correspondence, back and forward from this office to the federal government, will be in your packs and so for discussion and planning session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor Gully. Item number. Now we need to add a item which will be 8A, and that's the hearing date for July the 6th, 2021. Is that correct, Ms. Hall?
Good morning, everyone. It's the set hearing.
July the 6th. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Hall. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. I'm finding yourself. Thank you.
Good.
Go
ahead, Ms. Hall.
Okay. Which item are we on? I apologize.
It's all right. Did we need to add this item for today, July the 6th, 2021 hearing date? Did we need to make that 8A?
Well, actually, it's going to be an item under new business because I'm requesting that the council sets the hearing date for that particular item.
Okay, that will be 8A. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. On this particular item, I would like to request that the hearing date be set for the third Tuesday in August, which is August the 17th at 10 a.m.
That's August the 17th at 10 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors. That will be 8A. Hearing date, August the 17th at 10 a.m.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
are you asking for a motion?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I move for item 8A, set hearing date for August 17th at 10 a.m.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we will set a hearing date for August the 17th, 10 a.m. Ms. Taylor, roll call, please.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Thickman,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 9, please.
May 18, 2021, weed nuisance status reports. This is a hearing.
Ms. Coleman, will you see whether or not anyone is in the council's chambers, please? That is here for this hearing.
No, ma'am. There's no one in there regarding the weeds.
No one is in there?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Item number 10, please.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
this is Ms. Hall. On the
Hey,
hearing,
Ms. Hall.
the properties
Yes,
that are
ma'am.
deemed no action or incomplete, I would like to request that the council vote on those, have those cut. And the properties that are deemed cut by owner, I would like to request that those properties be abated, please.
Yes, ma'am. Counselors? Need a motion in a second?
Madam President, I move that all items deemed cut by owner be abated and all other items be cut.
Need a
Second.
second, please. Any discussion? If not, roll call.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Pecan,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 10, please.
Request abatement of property, list attached.
Counselors, you see your properties. Are there any questions and or concerns? If not, I need a motion, a second. If there's any
Madam
discussion,
Chair,
and roll call. Yes, sir.
I moved for the abatement of the properties listed.
Need a second. Need a second.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second that we will abate the properties listed. Any discussion? If not, roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Pecan,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 11, please.
A resolution accepting the 2012 City of Bessemer Master Plan.
Counselors, you had an opportunity to look at the 2012 master plan opposed to the 19, if I'm not mistaken, 98 plan. And this is just a foundation for Strata to build upon. Are there any questions and or concerns? If not, I need a motion, a second, if any discussion, and roll call, please.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to accept the plan of 2012 for the master plan of the city.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we will accept the City of Bessemer's master plan developed in 2012 by the Regional Planning Commission of the Greater Birmingham area. Any discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Pecan,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 12, please.
A resolution awarding bid to Buford Construction LLC for Raymond Muscota grinding 2021 project at lowest responsible bidder.
Mayor Gully, is Ron Gilbert on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Gilbert is on the line. But I did want to make reference to the fact that this is a budgeted item. Thanks. Go ahead, Ron.
Daniel,
I got everything ready for me. I got everything ready.
He's got all the details, so I'm gonna let Daniel speak to the details of the bids and the project.
All right, I got it ready.
Yes.
Bye.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We publicly advertised this and we received 2 bid proposals. and opened them there at City Hall on June 3rd, 2021. And the two bidders were Burford's Construction and Consite Services. Burford's total bid was $81,260, and Consite Services was $94,935.30. And we recommend, if funds are available, to award it to Burford's Construction LLC, the lowest qualified bidder, for the total of $81,260 to grind the wood waste at Raymond Muscota landfill.
Counselor, you seen your resolution? Yes, sir.
I was about to make a motion to accept the award the bid for Raymond Muscota grinding 2021 project to the lowest bidder. For $81,260.
Madam Chair, no, he hadn't made the motion yet. He was about to ask about something, but this is my Madam Chair.
There will be some discussion after. One moment.
Okay.
There will be discussion after the second, Councilor Crusoe.
Sure,
the motion
sure.
has been made. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Has been motioned and second that we will accept the resolution for the grinding of the Raymond Muscota grinding 2021 project. Sure. Discussion, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mayor Gully, he made mention about this being a budgeted item. Can you, by any chance, give us the line down which line this is budgeted for?
Council Crusoe, I don't have that information before me. I'll have to have the finance director to pull the information and tell you which line item in your budget is.
Yes, sir. If you get that information back to us, that'd be greatly appreciated. I know you may mention that it was a budgeted line item. I would like to just know which line item so I can look at it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander.
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe.
Aye.
Councilor Marshall.
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen.
Aye.
Councilor Matthews.
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 13, please.
A resolution authorizing the relocation of District 7, Box 2 polling place to Bessemer Recreation Center.
Councilor, I think Councilor Crusoe has asked that we relocate her polling place, one of her polling places, from the Jonesboro Elementary School to the Bessemer Rec Center. That is what the resolution stated. Councilor Crusoe, would you like to? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. We spoke regarding this, I think, in planning session, planning session and some meetings previously when we had where we allowed Councilor Collier to move one of his polls over into District 7 to be accommodating, and I made mention that I needed that to be a permanent location for a polling site here in District 7, which allows us to come out of one of my elementary schools here in District 7 and put it in a neutral location that like I said, make it more easy for the school. This last year's, I guess the last election, Jonesboro School had to close due to an election. And that's the last thing that I want to see going on in District 7 as a child not being able to go to school just because we needed another polling site in District 7. So I'm just asking the council again, as far as then us going forth and doing what we need to do to get this polling site to be a permanent polling place here in the in District 7.
Thank you, Councilor Crusoe. Councilors, thank you so much. I need a motion and or a second so that we can authorize the relocation of District 7 box number 2 to the Bessemer Recreation Center.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move the resolution authorizing the relocation of certain voter precinct location for the city of Bessemer municipal election. And in that second whereas, it has District 2 box 2 will be changed from Jonesboro Elementary School to Bessemer Recreation Center, 100 14th Street South, Bessemer, Alabama. Thank you.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second that box number 2 for District number 7 will be moved from Jonesboro Elementary School to the Bessemer Recreation Center. Any discussion? If not, roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 14, please.
The resolution accepting and authorizing the mayor to execute dedication of traffic light signal easement.
Mayor Gully.
Madam President, Ron Gilbert, you want to speak to that?
Oh, yes, sir, Mayor. This is an area out there on the Lakeshore Parkway where they added a traffic signal along Lakeshore at the entrance to the new Amazon delivery station. There was a water line and several fiber optics lines that wouldn't allow it to be put on city right of way because that city right of way was already being used. And the other location we could place it was in a ditch. So that didn't work. So we had to pull it back a little bit further. And the Amazon developer agreed to dedicate an area about approximately 15 feet by 75 feet to the city to put that traffic pole on because of utility conflict.
Now, Ron, let me ask a question. When you said that the Amazon donated or dedicated how much of that land to the city?
15 feet by 75 feet along Lakeshore Parkway, adjacent to the existing right-of-way. It is just south of their new entrance where the traffic signal is located.
Okay.
Onto Lakeshore.
Thank you. Councilors, you've heard Mr. Gilbert. Are there any questions and or concerns? If not, I need a motion, a second.
One question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did they get the power side? Everything got okay with that, Mr. Gilbert?
They have not gotten back with me yet. I'll find out, Mr. Matthews, but they were either going to have to move the cabinet or add a pole. So I'm not sure which one they decided to do.
Okay, thank you. But it has no bearing on the easement. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. You are correct. There's no bearing on that easement.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilor Matthews. If there's no more questions and or concerns, need a motion, a second. Councilors?
Madam Chair.
Madam President.
Go ahead. I yield.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Madam Chair, I move the resolution authorizing matter accept the dedication of right-of-way for the traffic signal easement.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we will accept and authorize the mayor to execute dedication of the traffic light signal easement. Any discussion? If not, roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen, Counselor Thigpen,
Aye.
Counselor Matthew,
You
Counselor
babysit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number item number 15, please.
Resolution authorizing payment in the amount of $38,877.88 to EEFS Company PC for April 2021 invoices.
Councilors, you have your invoices. Are there any questions and or concerns for Mr. Gilbert? If there's no questions and or concerns, need a motion, a second.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move the item.
Thank you. Need a second, please.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we'll accept the invoices in the amount of $38,877.88 from EEFS Company for April 2021. Any discussion? If not,
One,
roll
Madam
call.
Chair. One, Madam
Yes, sir.
Chair.
Go ahead.
McCall Road, Mr. Gilbert, from there next to the boards to Consolidated Pipe, has there been any, any comments or developments coming from Consolidated engineers?
Other than the fact that it's been pointed out to them and they have a plan of attack on how to do the study. I have not heard back from them, but they have engaged an engineer to look at that drainage situation.
Thank you.
Mr. Gilbert, that drainage situation right there on Carolina Avenue between 24th, 25th Street. I did hear that you all had called it Southern Norfolk had been advised. Where are we with that?
They sent a crew out and removed the debris from around the culvert. And I know that the housing authority moved that fence. Are you talking about up below the housing authority property? That's the CSX rail though, where I'm talking about.
I'm talking about.
I think Daniel looked in the one you're talking about, Councilor Donald. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay.
Councilor Donald, I think you're talking about there at the intersection of Carolina Avenue and Carolina Terrace. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so we have looked into that. Freddie Freeman and I walked out there, and there behind the backside, I guess, of Berm Cove and all, they've got a pond back there and some pipes that go toward Fifth Avenue that we've got to, Freddie is working on getting in contact with them for us to do a site investigation on site with them. But we think that's where the problem is, between there and the railroad, that it's got some fill has been done and blocking some of that water. And Freddie's supposed to make contact with the property owners and railroad to get us out there so we can take a better look at that.
Okay, I will let the constituents know right there on Brickyard Hill because they are concerned about that water, as that water is not draining properly. Thank you, Daniel.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Councilors, I need a motion, a second.
Yes, ma'am. We have a motion.
Second.
Councilor Marshall made the motion and Councilor Matthews seconded. That's
right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Ms. Big Pen,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. The motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 16, please.
Council members' comments, statements, or motions.
Thank you. District 2.
Madam Chair, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Are we going to do the citizens participation first or after this?
After.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll
District 2.
continue to forward everything to Mr. Norris. I just want to say to Councilor Thigpen, I did get to see the baby, cuteness overload. Enjoy the baby. I know you living on the baby, and that's all I want to say.
District 4.
I'll continue to send mine through to the mayor's office. And I'm not babysitting today. I wish I were, but I heard somebody crying in the background. So that made me want to get mine and play with her. So
He's
yeah.
not crying. He's not crying. He wants Papa to give him something, but that's my 4-year-old. I don't know if I'm babysitting him or he's sitting. He's maybe a senior sitter.
Out Saturday to the farmer's market and picked up things and took the baby and enjoyed that day out. She's starting to get out a little bit. She's 5 weeks old. Her due date was Saturday, so she's here now.
Awesome.
And we're enjoying her. Thank y'all. Appreciate all the prayers.
Thank you. Thank you. District number 5.
I'll continue sending to the mayor's office.
Thank you. District 6.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm gonna go a step further than what Council Marshall made alluded to earlier, that was moving something to planning session, moving the rescue plan to planning session. Now, I've been in several meetings with the Mike Wallace with the NLC and with Greg Cochran, the Alabama League. And we, the executive committee, we met for about an hour. And I suggest that be a devoted meeting at some particular time just for the American Rescue Plan, because it's a lot of information in there that a planning session, in my opinion, will not suffice. I think we need just to vote a special meeting just for that. Now that's just my suggestion and recommendation, because we could be there for quite some time discussing that. And that's just one. And two, hats off to Bessemer Fire. On yesterday, they did a fantastic job when they on their call next door for Mr. Thomas. But it was sadly that our rescue ambulance response time was sad. I mean, it's my understanding that it's even getting worse. But we need to really devote some time to that issue as well. I'm not blaming them for what happened, but for it to take that long to just stand there and just wait. And I think I heard the call say leaving Arkadelphia Road. I'm not sure if that was what I heard. I heard something about Arkadelphia Road, but it seemed like they were coming from Arkadelphia Road as long as it took. So, and it's getting harder for our ambulance to respond to our citizens. So I think we need to address that too. I mean, it's a lot of important issues, but I think one, ambulance, two, that rescue plan needs to be something that we need to deal with pretty fast. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. District 7.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have two things that I just make mention as force for record, and the others I will forward to the mayor's office. I received numerous calls throughout the concerning an infestation of stray dogs. This area particularly is between 8th and 9th Street and Owen Avenue and Fairfax Avenue. So if we could get some assistance over in District 7, of course, with the dog infestation. Also, the property that Mr. Clayton owns next door to Red Rock, I've gone through there and I'm seeing where he's beginning to pile up those 18-wheeler trucks and things out on the lot around the store, and it's not good here in District 7. Also, the business owners around him, they're complaining. So you're sending a plea out to the mayor's office to notify whomever needs to be notified to clear that lot off. We have enough blight, and we can't just sit and let them tote it in. Please, we're crying out for help in District 7 concerning that. Thank you. And I will forward to the mayor's office. Thanks, Madam.
Thank you. You all. District 3 will continue to forward to the mayor's office its complaints and concerns of its citizens. We would like to think.
Madam Chair, there's some noise. There's some noise coming from somewhere. I can't hardly hear you.
Okay, let me do this. We would like to thank the Bessemer Board of Education for the roundtable discussion that we had, and we look forward to many, many more. We'd like to thank everyone who came out on Saturday to the fireworks show there at the high school. And we pray that you had a wonderful time. But as far as District 3, we're still pleading for a traffic light there at 22nd Street and Dartmouth Avenue. Sitting there almost watching 3 cars collide with other cars coming down Dartmouth Avenue. Counselors, we thank you for your time. And if there's nothing else.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Councilor Crusoe made that statement about the blight and the junk that one any individual, no matter what district they're in, may have. That's something that's very important, I think, in all over the city of Bessemer. And I have about 3 or 4 that obviously that's a eyesore. And I think the mayor alluded to a few weeks ago that we sit down and attack these, not attack the people, but attack the issue concerning the blight and just nuisance, because some of these areas are not even zoned to have junk. I mean, they're zoned to be single family residential area, and they have enough junk to start a junkyard. So I think that's something we need to really get on to. You're talking love my city, but in order to love our city, we must take care of our city and get rid of some of this junk. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Councilor Matthews. And I do love my city. And I think I've been complaining about some of those areas that you're speaking of for quite some time. Who's in the council chambers? Is there someone in the council chambers that would like to speak? Is there someone in the council chambers who would like to speak?
Good afternoon, Madam President. This is Kathy Hammond, 315 Fairfax Avenue, District 7. On May 15th, I had requested some public documents to be forwarded to me for review. And as to this date, I have not received them yet. It is my understanding that the council is holding them, and I was wondering why.
Ms. Hammond, that is not true. The council is not holding anything. When you requested them, they came back, that request came to the council referred it to the attorneys. If there's anyone holding it, it's in the attorney's office, not with the city council.
Okay, well,
not that I have any problem with you having anything that you need, but those items we referred that to the attorney's office.
And Shan Payton has already reviewed them from my understanding. So it was back over here. I don't know what department. I just assumed it was sitting with council.
No, ma'am, it's not. It will be sitting with, if I'm not mistaken, if the attorney sent them back over, it will be in the city clerk's office. Okay. I will give the city clerk a call to make sure she has everything that you need, and I'm quite sure she will get you what you need.
I'm sure she will. Wanda's very responsive. I have a second item. Along with those documents that I requested, there was a post about them on a personal Facebook page, which I am blocked from. My understanding is that once a council person uses a personal Facebook page for city business, whether it be negative or positive comments about residents and the mayor, that residents should have access to all of those pages.
Ms. Hammond, I'm not aware of that, that you should have the personal pages from anyone.
Okay, well, they're used as council business, so they are no longer a personal page.
Well, there are some groups that's using their pages the same way, but I will look into that. And Ms. Attorney Payton, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Payton.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for being on the line. And will you answer that question for Ms. Kathy Hammond, please?
Well, as to the first question, I, as city attorney, have not been provided any documents to review. I sent a letter to Mr. Harris stating the city attorney's position on that matter, but I have not heard back on that. And the second question, I'm not following the question. Is there a question as to whether she should have access to a site? Is that the question?
No, whether she should have access to a personal page, whether it be a elected official or a citizen of the city of Bessemer.
Well, that, I mean, the facts would determine that situation. There have been cases that have ruled that a public official's personal page are become public, but it all depends on the facts. So I think I could give an opinion on that, but there has been a ruling that a page of a county commissioner, I think it was in Virginia's page, became public, and they couldn't block. But that's, you know, every case is fact specific.
Okay, every page is fact specific. I'm glad you said fact.
Okay, so with that statement being made, can we take the facts into consideration and do some research and make sure that our city council pages that are personal, that have been deemed now part of the business of the city, be open to all residents?
Ms. Hammond?
No, ma'am, I will not.
Chair,
I will not.
Madam Chair.
I was asking the
One moment,
attorney.
please. 1 moment, please. And Ms. Bishop, your 3 minutes is up. We're well into the 4th minute. But no, I will not make that call as to anyone's page be deemed open for you to go through.
I didn't ask you. I was asking the attorney.
Oh, the attorney. Okay. Attorney
Madam
Payton.
Chair, Madam Chair.
1 moment, Councilor Crusoe. Attorney Payton.
None of us can.
Excuse me, did you just wink at Councilor Marshall, Mrs. Hammond? Did you just wink at Councilor
No,
Marshall?
I haven't
Yes,
winked
you
at
did.
anybody. I have
Yes,
a
you
hair
did.
in my.
I just seen you wink at
I
Councilor
have a
Marshall.
hair in my
Your
right
your
eye.
right eye winked at Councilor Marshall.
And
now
I need a
I'm
motion
sick of
to
this every
adjourn. I
week.
need a motion to adjourn this meeting. I need a
No,
motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair, Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we're not going to dismiss. Can I make a statement if you don't mind?
We can dismiss if this is going to continue, Councilor Crusoe. I'm not going to have it with Kathy Bishop Hammond, with Ron Marshall, and with no one else. Now,
Madam Chair,
are we going to not speak? 1 moment, Councilor Crusoe.
Yes, ma'am.
We are going to respect each other here at this council meeting today.
That's right.
Now, I have allowed I have allowed Ms. Bishop to state her case. We all know why the case is being stated. Why don't she put up her group's page? Because that's where it started. It all started right there.
Absolutely.
Now, okay, Councilor Crusoe, what do you have to say?
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Chair.
It all started there.
We all know where this is stemming from. We all know.
It's stemming from my curiosity.
Okay, well,
and the fact that you say you've been gone for a certain amount of days and you weren't.
I need a just one moment.
No, Madam Chair, can I finish?
Councilor Crusoe, whatever you have to say, put it in writing. Ms. Hammond, your time is up.
Madam Chair.
On that mic.
Madam Chair.
You're finished speaking on that mic, please.
Madam Chair.
Why is her mic not muted anyway? Why is her mic not muted?
Madam Chair.
Please mute that mic. Please mute that mic. Please mute that mic.
Madam Chair.
This is totally 1 moment, Councilor Marshall. This
Thank
is
you.
totally unnecessary. 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 When we have people who claim they love the city of Bessemer come in to keep up confusion on every hand. Everywhere you look, there's confusion with the same person or the same person. Everywhere you look, there's confusion. No one wants to work with them. We can't even get people to work on your boards because of confusion. Now, this morning, there's not going to be any confusion. We've moved through without it.
Yes, Lord.
So we're not going to have any confusion this morning. Ms. Hammond, you will have everything that you need. I have just received a text message that Ms. Holman has sent what you need to Ms. Taylor. Please go by Ms. Taylor's office and pick it up. Counselors, please give me a motion, a second.
Madam Chair.
Motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair.
One moment, please. I'm going to give you your opportunity, Councilor Marshall.
Okay, thank you.
I need a motion, second, and we're going to
Madam
have
Chair,
a roll call.
Madam
Councilor
Chair.
Marshall, Councilor Marshall.
You cannot adjourn the meeting before I speak.
I'm not going to adjourn the meeting, but after your second, you can call for a discussion, and that's where you'll come in, Councilor Marshall.
Okay,
Go
I'll do it that way.
ahead, Councilor Marshall. Go ahead, Councilor Marshall.
No, I just don't appreciate the personal attack from Councilor Alexander, but my integrity is so much higher and above, that kind of comment. So I'll let it
It was not a
pass.
personal attack on you. I mentioned what I saw. She winked
Well,
her right eye at you, and you are
well,
sitting in the council chamber. I
well,
mean, I
well,
don't know if
you
it's
know,
you and another person are sitting up there on the dais, but I'm pretty sure you are there. She winked her eye. She did do that.
I don't know what she did. I wasn't looking.
Counselor,
I was not
So
looking
you
at
don't
you.
you
give
don't
me a
have a right.
motion. Give me a
You don't
motion.
have.
Counselor
Wait a minute.
Marshall.
Wait a
Motion
minute.
to
Counselor
adjourn.
Marshall.
Motion to
Counselor
adjourn.
Marshall.
Motion to
Give me a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn. Give me a
Second.
second and a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
I
It has
won't
been
even
motioned.
dignify that.
It has been motioned and second that we will adjourn this meeting today. Give me a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall, Counselor Marshall, Counselor Thigpen, Counselor Matthews,
Aye. Business have been taken care of.
Counselor Donald.
Aye. Thank you all so much, and we'll listen to what the governor has to say on tomorrow. I'll be calling you all back in for a special meeting. Thank you all for your time.